Hello, my name's Dale Campbell. In this lesson we're going to be focusing on more left and right hand techniques and trying to get used to crossing the hands over a bit. Last time we looked at how you could do percussive beats down here whilst doing hammering riffs at the top. This lesson the right hand's going to be actually doing some hammering on the strings and the left hand's actually going to be doing some tapping on the body, so they're kind of taking over the other's role. So what we're going to look at today is based around 4 power chord shapes. Really easy to play. You've got the 5th fret on the bass E string, and then 7 and 7 on the A and the D. And then the 8th fret on the bass E string, 10 and 10 on the A and the D. And then the other 2 chords, this isn't necessarily the order they go in the song, but the other 2 chords are 7th fret on the bass E string, 9 and 9, A and D. And then 10th fret on the bass E string, 12 and 12 on the A and the D. Really easy. What we're going to be trying to do is add in bass drum thumps up here, slaps on the shoulder of the guitar with the left hand just there, and also some slaps underneath the fretboard and the sound hole with the right hand just there. I use my 2 middle fingers to do that. So first of all we're going to hammer onto the 5th fret of the bass E string using the 2nd finger, kind of similar to what we did last time. At the same time as doing that, your right hand's going to give a thump just there. Now I tend to do this just above the sound hole, but that's probably a weaker area to do it in, so if you do it really hard or too much you're going to split your soundboard just there if you're not careful. So you could do it on the bridge, which is a little bit safer, but it means you've got to travel further and your hand's in a little bit of an awkward pose just there to actually get it around here where it needs to be in a moment. So I do it just there. Just take it easy on your guitar so you don't break it. And then after you've done that, right hand comes over, 2nd finger on the right hand is going to hammer onto the 7th fret of the D string, and when I do that I grab the side of the neck with my thumb, so literally my thumb's on the back of the neck just here with the right hand, and then the 2nd finger grabs the 7th fret on the D string. Okay, so you get a really firm grip, and then the 1st finger is going to hammer onto the 7th fret of the A string next door, completing the power chord shape. Whilst that's happening, the left hand's moving away, going to slap the top of the guitar, the shoulder, just there. Okay, so that whole movement. Okay, so at the same time as the 7th fret on the A string, this hand's coming down and slapping the shoulder, so those two happen at the same time. This hand comes back over, hammers back onto the 5th fret of the E string, and then you get a thump and a slap, and that puts you back around to the beginning of the cycle. So putting that all together. Okay, now you can just loop that around at first because all of the other things that we're going to do use exactly the same pattern, they just move it up to the different power chord positions. So for example, the next one would be at the 8th fret, and that's going to be the same thing, hammering onto the 8th fret with the 2nd finger of the left hand, and it's the same time as a bass drum beat, so those two together. And then the right hand comes over the top, hammers onto the D and then the A at the 10th fret on both of those, and the left hand slaps to the top of the guitar as you come down onto the 10th fret. So really easy. And just have those 2 beats at the end to finish it off. So the whole thing, I'll play it through to you. So on and so forth, it just loops around. Now it's pretty straightforward, you've just got to get used to getting your hands moving at the same time. That's probably the biggest hurdle. Also, as you move, if you're standing up, like I am, the guitar tends to swing around a bit. So as you let go with the left hand, you have to be careful that the right hand's actually holding on, because if it's not, you're just going to push the guitar neck back and you won't actually get the notes ringing, and it makes it difficult to actually judge where the guitar neck's going to be. So it's imperative to do that grabbing motion. I'm going to spin the guitar around a bit so you can see this. As you come over, thumb onto the back, and then your fingers grab onto the top. Just like when you're fretting with the left hand, you need your thumb on the back to give you something to counter the pushing that your fingers are going to be doing. Okay, if you're sitting down and playing this, you have to be a little bit careful because the guitar's not actually attached to you in any way. And I have seen people try techniques like this, and they let go with the left hand, go to grab with the right hand, but the guitar neck's already travelling down towards the ground. They miss, and the guitar goes onto the ground. So you need to be aware that you're going to be letting go and you need to be grabbing it at the right point. And also, depending on the size of your guitar, this might actually be quite difficult to do if you're sitting down. If you've got a big dreadnought sized guitar, you might be reaching right over. So just maybe try some different positions, or maybe try standing up with a strap. Another side note, I've got a strap which attaches to the back of the heel of the guitar just there, and that means that the main weight of the guitar is carried on the body. If you have a strap which is connected at the top just there, the neck is going to move in a slightly different way, and also as you move you actually bend the neck. I'm going to demonstrate this for you. I'm going to play a harmonic because it's a little bit more obvious just there. So literally I'm bending the neck, and in bending the neck it changes the pitch of the string. So if you've got a strap which attaches around the top of the neck just here, you're probably going to notice the more you're moving around with these techniques, the guitar's actually making that kind of chorusy sort of noise. You can even get it if you just shake the guitar. Now that's quite a nice effect, but it might be something that you don't want to hear in a song, or you might be a little bit concerned that you're actually putting that much pressure on your neck. I've never seen a guitar neck break like that, but no doubt it's probably not good for them. So just be aware of that. The more you're moving around and the more pressure you're putting on the neck when you're twisting around stuff, it's going to be having an effect on the guitar. So for next time, practice all of that up, take it slow, make sure all your movements are precise, be careful not to whack your hand onto the sides of the guitar and things like that. Make sure that you're doing really good, firm, definite movements. And then next time we're going to look at how you can put some of this together with even more beats on the right hand.